Hey guys, how you going? This is BillyEatWorld, and today we're going to take a look at a theme loadout inspired by the Austrian Jagdkommando. This loadout has been suggested a few times in previous videos, so I figured it was probably a good time to finally give it a go. Before we start though, I should point out that this might be my last loadout video for a while, because with Battlefront coming, things are going to be pretty busy. Don't worry though, there will be more loadout videos coming out in the future, so if you've got an idea, as always, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. But anyway, the Jagdkommando, which stands for the Hunting Command, are the Tier 1 Special Operations Group of the Austrian Army. The unit was originally formed in 1962 after officers of the Austrian Army were sent to the US Army Ranger School in order to set up their own similar units. Since then, the Jagdkommando have served pretty much everywhere the Austrian Army has, including the Balkans, Chad and Afghanistan. Apart from this though, we don't really know a lot more about their missions because like most Tier 1 units, their operations are classified. The Jagdkommando take on a similar role to many other special operations units, specialising in long-range recon, unconventional warfare and counter-terrorism. Unlike their counterparts in the US though, the Jagdkommando is the only true special operations group in the Austrian Army, which means they have to be a lot more versatile. Part of the reason they are so versatile is because they train all around the world with the US and various other European nations. For this reason, it's hard to compare the Jagdkommando to any other special operations force, because in a lot of ways they're a culmination of many different doctrines. Now, like most special operations units, to become a Jagdkommando, applicants are put through a grueling selection program, which takes around 6 months. In this time, candidates undergo basic training, as well as physical and psychological testing, including being subjected to total sleep deprivation. Applicants are trained and tested on a wide range of skills, including airborne and amphibious operations, as well as basic demolition and CQB combat. The final and most grueling phase of the selection program, though, is known as the SEER, in which candidates are hunted for 10 days in the Alps of Salzburg. At the end of the SEER, only around 10 to 15% of the initial candidates remain, who then move on to a further 18 months of intensive training. At the end of this training, the candidates are finally assigned to a 6-man team, made up of a team leader, a team sergeant, a sniper, an engineer, a medic, and a communications operator. Each of these teams specialise in a particular method of insertion, such as freefall, amphibious, mountain, or mobile. In a way, this makes them similar to the US Navy SEALs, but like I said, the Austrian Army doesn't have any other SOF units, so the role of the Jagdkommando can be a lot more varied. Now, as for weapons and gear, well, the Jagdkommando are a Tier 1 unit, so they have access to pretty much the best equipment money can buy. This includes a number of weapons from BF4 like the AUG A3, the P90, the M82 and various Glock models. In this loadout though, I chose to run with the AUG A3 from Steyr and the G18 from Glock, which are both Austrian companies. And as for the rest of the setup, well, I decided to try something completely different and run with the small med pack, the M26 Dart and the incendiary grenades. As for attachments, well, unfortunately the aimpoint optics used by the Jagdkommando aren't available in BF4, so as you can see I just went for the EOTech instead. I also decided to try out the folding grip, the tack light and the heavy barrel, which seemed to be what the Jagdkommando were using in most of the photos I could find. On the G18, well, I didn't really run with anything because like I point out in just about every video, military forces don't really tend to spend too much on sidearms. As you can see though, I did decide to run with the Ghost Ring because the Glock is such a boxy gun, and once the recoil kicks in, it can be kind of hard to see your target. And now we get to that part in the video where I usually tell you guys how the loadout went in-game, and well, you might already have an idea what I'm gonna say. To begin with, I don't really like either the AUG or the Glock, despite getting hundreds of kills with them, and I don't really like shotguns, especially if they take up a gadget slot. To get the worst part of the loadout out of the way though, I should mention that even though it heals on the go, the small med bag is absolutely terrible. In a nutshell, it throws way too far, so you literally have to aim at the ground if you pin down, and because you can pick it up, you'll have to throw a new one every time you want to heal. The M26 Dart and the Glock performed a little better, but because they're only really good at close range, I didn't use them a lot. As for the AUG though, well, I don't know why, but something about this setup just made it work, and I actually really enjoyed it a lot more this time around. It's still a long-range bullpup, which is kind of contradictory, but the heavy barrel and the folding grip for some reason do make it a lot better. To be honest, the only thing I'd probably change is the tack light, which is realistic, but it doesn't do enough to justify the fact that it gives away your position. So all in all, I'd say if you're a fan of the AUG and you're not already running it like this, then I definitely recommend giving it a go. As for the rest of the loadout though, well, like most realistic setups, it's not that great in-game and you probably could do better with a more standard assault setup. That being said though, making this video was a lot of fun and it was pretty challenging trying to make the M26 and all the other gadgets work. So yeah, I guess if you're looking for a fun new loadout to try before Battlefront comes out, then definitely give this one a try, but just don't expect it to work miracles. But anyway guys, that just about wraps up this loadout, so let me know what you think of the setup in the comment section below, and as always, if you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Also check out the links in the description below if you want to see more of my videos, or if you want to support my channel on Patreon, and until next time, see you later, and have a good one.